You don't actually build muscle while you're training. In the gym, you're creating the stimulus. The real growth happens afterward while you're working at your desk, relaxing at home, sleeping in bed, or doing practically nothing at all. And this is exactly where most people make their biggest mistake. When you exercise, here's what's really taking place inside your body. Your brain sends electrical signals through motor neurons. Those signals activate muscle fibers and force them to contract. As the resistance becomes challenging enough, your body begins recruiting larger, stronger muscle fibers, the ones that have the greatest capacity for growth. Most people understand that much. What many people misunderstand is what happens under tension. When a muscle fiber is loaded, especially during the lowering portion of a movement, it changes shape and experiences mechanical stress. The fiber detects that tension and activates a cellular pathway known as mTORC1. That signal tells your body to begin creating new muscle proteins. More protein means larger muscle fibers. That process is called hypertrophy. A 2025 review from McMaster University, one of the world's leading sports science institutions, confirmed something important: muscles do not need to be damaged or torn apart to grow. They simply need sufficient mechanical loading. In other words, tension is the primary driver of growth, not muscle damage. That soreness you're constantly chasing, that's largely inflammation and recovery work. Your body is cleaning up the aftermath of training. It's not a direct indicator that growth is happening. Think about marathon runners. They can barely walk after a race and remain sore for days, yet they don't suddenly develop massive legs afterward. Now here's the part that matters even more. Muscle protein synthesis, the actual construction phase of muscle growth, typically reaches its highest level about 24 hours after training. By around 48 hours, it has mostly returned to normal. The building window is largely over. So if you train your back on Monday and don't work it again until the following Monday, your muscles may have spent only 2 days actively growing and the remaining 5 days doing very little. If your back is still sore on Thursday, that's simply your body finishing recovery work while the growth process has already slowed down. Training a muscle group twice per week isn't just slightly better, it can effectively double the amount of time your muscles spend in a growth-promoting state. There's another factor that many people overlook: the lowering phase of each repetition. Your muscles are capable of producing roughly 40% more force while resisting a load on the way down compared to lifting it up. The descent during a pull-up, the lowering phase of a dip, or the eccentric portion of any exercise creates extremely high tension. This is where mTORC1 receives one of its strongest signals. Yet most people rush through this phase. They drop quickly, pull again, count the rep, and move on. Ironically, the part of the repetition that matters most is often the part they spend the least time performing. Slow down the lowering phase. Aim for at least 3 controlled seconds on the way down. That single adjustment can significantly improve your results. Recovery becomes even more important when sleep enters the picture. Just one poor night of sleep can reduce muscle protein synthesis by approximately 18%. Not a week. A single night. A week of sleeping only 5 hours per night can reduce testosterone levels by roughly 10 to 15%. That's a decline comparable to what many people experience over a decade of aging. One study compared 2 groups following the exact same calorie-restricted diet. The only difference was sleep duration. The group that slept less lost 60% more muscle mass and 55% less body fat compared to the group that slept adequately. Same calories. Same diet. Completely different outcomes. You may be weighing every gram of protein and tracking every calorie, but if you're staying awake until 1 a.m. scrolling through your phone and sleeping only 6 hours, you're working against yourself. Sleep accounts for half of the recovery equation. The other half is protein. Once mTORC1 sends the signal to build new muscle tissue, your body still requires the raw materials needed for construction. If protein intake is too low, the signal is sent but the building process can't fully happen. It's like hiring a construction crew and forgetting to deliver the bricks and cement. The challenge is that most people don't accurately know how much they're eating. Research consistently shows that people can underestimate their calorie intake by as much as 50%. You may believe you're consuming 2,000 calories when you're actually eating 3,000. Or you may think you're getting enough protein when you're falling far short of what your body needs. That's where MacroFactor comes in. MacroFactor is a nutrition tracking app that monitors your food intake, learns how your metabolism responds, and automatically adjusts your targets based on real-world results. Instead of relying forever on numbers entered on day one, the system evolves with your body. If your metabolism speeds up or slows down, your nutrition plan changes as well. The app adapts to you rather than forcing you to adapt to a fixed formula. Photo logging makes the process even easier. Simply take a picture of your meal, and the app helps estimate the nutritional breakdown. Use the code YELLOWDUDE for a free 14-day trial. You'll find the link in the description. Now let's summarize the key points. Progressively challenge your muscles over time. Don't just repeat the same workout forever. Even bodyweight training can be progressively overloaded through more difficult variations, slower eccentrics, additional weight, or increased difficulty. Your muscles require increasing levels of tension to continue adapting. Performing the exact same pull-ups year after year isn't progressive overload, it's maintenance.